The title of this article is Uber's Green Competitor That's Taking the World by Storm. I'm definitely dialed into the rideshare community worldwide. Haven't heard much of this company. My guess is they're pushing a press release out. They're getting a bit of exposure. But as the global economy faces $1 trillion in damages within 5 years because of climate change, the explosive ride-sharing business is facing heightened scrutiny as one of the transportation sector's biggest new polluters. I welcome any green sector, anything that helps reduce the carbon emission. Fantastic, right? So congratulations to this company. So when a group of tech innovators with a vision of environmental and social responsibility from Ontario's Silicon Valley unleashed the next generation of CO2 reduced ride sharing, Wall Street is likely to pay attention. Ride sharing 2.0 is being redefined by Facedrive, which now offers riders something they can't get from Uber or Lyft, a carbon offset way to share a ride. Very, very, very interesting concept, right? Facedrive's business model puts the people and planet first, and that means planting trees and offsetting the CO2 for every ride hailed. So every ride you are taking, right, you're doing a positive step for the globe, a positive step for the environment, planting trees, etc., etc. Fantastic concept. I'll be the first one to support it. The company's innovative state-of-the-art in-app algorithm calculates estimated CO2 emissions for each car journey and allocates a monetary value to the local organizations to plant trees. Last year alone, in partnerships with Forest Ontario, they planted over 3,500 trees in their soft launch phase. That's admirable. That's definitely a step in the right direction, and it deserves a lot of media attention. It deserves YouTubers chiming in and promoting this. For the first time in ride-sharing history, a company allows its riders to choose between EVs, hybrids, and traditional cars. It's a choice no one's ever given to consumers, all without customers having to pay a premium. Trees and the new investing mega trend. There are three realities that have come together to position Facedrive to change ride-sharing forever. First, ESG. Environmental, social, and governance investing isn't just a fad anymore. It's minting millionaires and billionaires. It's in high demand, and it's pressuring companies to make major changes. It's the ethical squeeze of the century. I like the way the guy wrote that. It's the ethical squeeze. Now, let me make sure it's a guy that wrote this. No, it's a lady, Meredith Taylor. I'm standing to be corrected. Meredith, thank you. Wonderful piece. So from Jeff Bezos' $10 billion commitment to a global Earth Fund to BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, we're now seeing major ESG assets under management. BlackRock will increase its ESG assets from 90 billion to 1 trillion within a decade. The second reality is that ride sharing is already huge and set for explosive growth in our sharing economy. The global market is already worth $235 billion, according to Canada's commercial banking giant Scotiabank, which has jumped on the Facedrive bandwagon as it embraces ride-sharing 2.0. The third reality is that the same explosive growth is also having a huge negative impact on the environment. A recent study by the Union of Concerned Scientists estimates that the average US ride-hailing trip results in 69% more pollution than whatever transportation option it displaced. Facedrive is positioned to solve this critical environmental problem by changing the footprint of ride sharing forever, and their goal is without sacrificing profit. According to researchers, it would require $300 billion to plant that many trees, working out to less than $1.50 per ton of CO2 removed. In contrast, the best carbon capture technology boasts a break-even point of negative $50 per ton of CO2 removed, or about 33 times the cost of planting trees. Each year, plants remove about 25% of the carbon emissions produced by human activities, such as burning fossil fuels, while a similar amount ends up in the ocean. So Facedrive is getting back to Mother Nature, and millennials love that. The next generation ride-sharing company also offers customers a choice for every ride, whether they want an EV, a hybrid, or a conventional car, and then offsets the CO2 for all types of rides. While Uber and Lyft were busy spending billions of dollars bringing ride-sharing into the mainstream, Facedrive was already getting ahead of the game, pinpointing the major problems in the ride-hailing explosion was going to create for the environment at the time when investors are squeezing companies over ethics. Facedrive doesn't have to spend big on bringing ride-sharing into the mainstream, which is exactly why the giants in this space aren't seeing any profit. There's a lot of money to recoup. What's next for Rideshare 2.0? It only gets greener from here in more ways than one. Facedrive's ride count has gone from 200 a day just 4 months ago to 1,000 rides per day right now and counting. In Ontario, Facedrive has been planting trees even before it went public in September 2019, and plans to move to over 15 cities over the next month. Well, I am sure going to reach out to the Facedrive executives. Us YouTubers can definitely roll out the carpet for them in the United States and help them recruit drivers, right? So if we can participate, please reach out to us. That would be absolutely wonderful. Its vision to become the #1 recognized eco-friendly and socially responsible TaaS transportation as a service platform, and to benefit every community it enters. It's already partnered with Canadian mobile giant to build a ride-sharing ecosystem with a unique ethos and revenue model. And even celebrities such as Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, are on board with the first company in ride-sharing history to offset carbon in the best way possible and for real. Now it's planning to take its ride-sharing plus tree planting global. The next stop is the United States and Europe, where the launch is already being prepared. With ESG investing the hottest mega trend in investing right now, and with ride-sharing going even beyond the mainstream, the company that plants trees while you ride and fixes all the mistakes that the giants of ride-sharing 1.0 made is positioned at that lucrative intersection of people, planet, and profit. Love it. Very, very well written article. Tech giants join the ESG push. Google's parent company Alphabet is a shining star in the tech world despite being one of the largest companies on the planet. In many ways, it has lived up to its original "Don't be evil" slogan. Not only is Google powering its data centers with renewable energy, it is also on the cutting edge of innovation in the industry, investing in new technology and green solutions to build a more sustainable tomorrow. Its bid to reduce its carbon footprint has been well received by both younger and older investors, and as the need to slow down climate change becomes increasingly dire, it's easy to see why. It's no secret that Apple has always thought outside of the box, and when it brought back Steve Jobs in 1997, the company really took off. Jobs also paved the way to a greener future for the company, from the products themselves to the packages they come in, and even the data centers powering them. Steve Jobs went above and beyond to cut the environmental impact of his company. Transportation mega companies scramble to stay in the mix. General Motors, GM, has created its own brand of electric bikes called Arrive, or Arrive, A-R-I-V. The bikes were just launched this year but have already captured the attention of the European market. While they err on the side of pricey, coming at $3,800 per unit, they do boast a high top speed and can travel a modest distance on a single charge. The kicker for many, however, is that they can fold into an easily carryable pack, making them the perfect choice for a lot of commuters, especially in big cities like London or Berlin. Ford is taking a different approach. It's swooped right into the scooter market, buying Spin for a clean $100 million. Initially deployed in San Francisco back in 2017, Spin is widely considered to be a part of the big three of the scooter world, along with Lime and Bird. While Ford's buyout of Spin made headlines, it's certainly not the first urban transportation alternative Ford sunk its teeth into. In recent years, Ford also bought commuter shuttle service Chariot, Autonomic, and Translock, aiming to ensure that it does not miss the boat as the new movement accelerates. Baidu, for its part, is taking on the automated car market with more miles under its belt than any of its competitors in Beijing. It's easy choice for a number one of investors. Likewise, it has an equally large portfolio of innovative new technology at a lower entry point than its competitors, as the Chinese Google Baidu is following a similar path to its American counterpart. It began as a search engine, but it's quickly expanding into almost all things tech-related. From artificial intelligence to television and finance, Baidu's ever-expanding reach is not to be ignored, especially for investors looking to stay on top of the new tech trends. Canadian tech companies key to a greener tomorrow. Shopify is a Canadian e-commerce company. More than 500,000 companies rely on Shopify's real-time e-commerce, including Tesla, Budweiser, and Red Bull. Among many others, Shopify makes purchasing goods and services easy for anyone. And in a time where convenience is king, Shopify surely has staying power. In addition to its revolutionary approach on e-commerce, Shopify is also delving into blockchain technology, making it a promising pick for investors, especially given that the sector is red hot right now. BCE Inc., a Canadian giant founded in 1980, the company formerly the Bell Telephone Company of Canada, is composed of three primary subsidiaries: Bell Wireless, Bell Wireline, and Bell Media. However, throughout its push into the position of one of Canada's top telco groups, it has bought and sold a number of different firms. BCE is also at the forefront of the Internet of Things movement in Canada. Its machine-to-machine solutions are being used by numerous businesses throughout North America, and its new LTE-M network is sure to rapidly increase the adoption of the solution. So they go on here. I'll leave the link for you. It's a very long article, but I love what this company is doing. I mean, I would definitely like to help Facedrive roll out in the United States and in Europe with our existing social media structure. So I will definitely make an effort to get in touch with these people and hopefully also to bring them on the channel. Have a great day.